I think a lot of people don't ask enough questions, or at least the right questions when they're evaluating an ERP. And probably the biggest mistake that I see people actually make is treating an ERP evaluation, an ERP decision like it's a standalone piece of software. And that's kind of the starting point of failure. If you're treating it as a standalone, like a standalone financial platform or a standalone, application or something like that, you're really going to set yourself up for failure. So the first question that I would ask, honestly, is an ERP right for your construction firm? Believe it or not, it's not right for everybody. If you don't have someone who is going to own it on your team, meaning that they're really excited about what the ERP is going to bring to the company, then you're setting yourself up for failure. If you're relying on consultants, if you're relying on a company to bring you live that's not you, not internal, I can tell you that you are setting yourself up for failure. I have an entirely full, another video on this, so I'm not going to go too far down that road of whether or not an ERP is right for your business. So I'll put the link in the description when that's available, and you can go check that out. And by the way, while I've got you thinking about clicking links and things like that, if you like this video, click the like button. That really helps the algorithm. And then also subscribe if you would like to get more content like this. But really the second question, Lee, is that, I would ask the manufacturer, how quickly does it take for them to implement an idea in the product? So from the moment an idea is created to the moment it's actually implemented in the software, what does that picture look like? Now, don't be surprised if they don't know the answer, because they probably don't, but they should. And also don't be surprised if that number is 1, 2, maybe even 3 years before an idea gets implemented into the product. You got to think about the inner workings of this company and all of that kind of thing, the development process, all of that, what's on their roadmap, what's a priority, and they have, hundreds of ideas coming in every day. But the bottom line is that whoever you're evaluating ERP-wise, they should know the answer to how long it typically takes for an idea to go from an idea to actually in the product. I think I'm on question number 3, which is, what percentage of the ideas actually make it into the product? That's really important, because if an ERP platform is telling you, hey, we take our customer feedback seriously and we really value our customers' input and this product was built by our customers, you want to make sure that they know what this percentage is. Because if they come back and they don't know, or they come back and they kind of stumble and, a good majority of them, I would walk away, because they're not telling you the truth. The fourth question, I think I'm on number 4, is every customer on the same version? Now, this is really crucial, and they're probably going to ask you why you're asking that question. So the way to snuff out a true cloud product from a legacy product that is hosted in the cloud is the answer to this question. If they come back, like with Sage Intacct Construction, for instance, and say, every customer is on the same version, we update and roll out updates all across our customer portfolio, that's an application and a product that was built on the cloud, period. If they come back and say, no, every customer is not, and it's customer choice, and customer decides, what version they want to be on, and some customers are on versions that are 2 years old, and some customers are on, the current version. It's just really dependent on what they want to do. Or if they come back and say, oh, we have a program you can enroll in that will give you automatic updates, I would walk away from that company. And the reason why is because you're not improving your infrastructure at all. You're still having to worry about updates. You're still having to worry about whether or not updates will break your system. And potentially you could be, not doing a process for 3, 4, 5 weeks because, your updates are broken or they break your system. So it's really important, if every customer, remember that, if every customer is on the same version, that's a true native cloud product. And then the last one, honestly, is, are you ready for disruption? ERP is a very disruptive process in your business. For our company, an ERP was right for our company, but that was 5 years of disruption, period. And you have to be prepared for that. You have to be prepared for staff members not wanting to take this new application on or take on an ERP journey and all that kind of stuff. So you're going to deal with things like turnover, resistance, changes to process, constant change, really, if you're ready for constant change. Now, an ERP can be super beneficial, but it's not right for everybody. So to recap, the top question you really need to ask yourself is an ERP right for your company? It's going to be right for some companies and it's not going to be right for others. If you're looking for something that's going to be implemented fairly quickly on your timeline, let's say 30 days or less, you're probably not in the ERP marketplace. An ERP really requires constant improvement and constant attention. It can be very personnel maintenance intensive. So not infrastructure maintenance intensive, but personnel. And I think it's really important to distinguish between an ERP and a best-in-breed approach. At Banger, we have a best-in-breed approach. We take your financial solution that's built for construction, so Sage Intacct for construction, and we partner and pair that with the leading applications for CRM like Salesforce and the leading applications for project management like Procore. A best-in-breed approach is going to allow your team to work with the best products available on the market. They're the best for a reason. And also, it's going to allow you to roll out these products one at a time. So you're not so focused on having to get everything under the sun in this whole big giant package. So if you like more content, you want to know why we go for best in breed, I've made actually a video on that below. I'll link when that's available. And if you want more content, please subscribe.